How we doing, everybody? Kurt here,
And Joe.
coming at you today with the Same Differences podcast today, and we are going to be discussing our predictions for WrestleMania 33, which takes place this Sunday, live from Orlando, Florida, on the WWE Network. So we're going to start this thing off real quick. We're just going to get right into it, starting with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Who do you think is going to win?
You know, unfortunately, this Battle Royal doesn't really add much to anyone's resume. The past winners haven't really been pushed to do anything with it. It's fairly new or been pushed as new. I really think if they're trying to use this Battle Royal as leverage to boost someone's career, it's probably going to go to Apollo Crews more than anyone else. He's been pretty stagnant, no championships yet, hasn't done anything. A win for this Battle Royal could really, give him some sort of story to build upon going into future SmackDowns as an intimidating threat, as someone who can actually, accomplish something, get the job done. So I'm going to go with Apollo.
Okay, Apollo Crews, not bad. You're absolutely right. They haven't really done much with him at all. I'm actually going to go with what I feel is an obvious choice, and that's Braun Strowman. I think they're going to continue to build him up. I just think they're going to continue to build him up, and I think he's the obvious choice. So you got Apollo. I'm going with the monster among men, Braun Strowman. Next up, we have the king of the cruiserweights, Neville, versus the greatest man who ever lived, Austin Aries, for the Cruiserweight Championship. I'm going to start this one. I'm going to go with, this is a tough call, but I'm going to go with Austin Aries winning on this one. Nothing against Neville. Has been one of my favorite things about the show. As far as the Cruiserweights are concerned, I love the character. I love the change. It's fresh. He's not doing all his moves like the Red Arrow he did the last pay-per-view was the first time he'd done it in like 4 months or something. So it's pretty cool. But I'm going to go with Austin Aries, inject a little bit of life, a little bit of freshness into the Cruiserweight division.
I think Neville pulls another one out. I think he continues this heel streak he has going on, just establishes himself as the true Cruiserweight champ.
Okay, all right. After that, we have, and again, these are not in any particular order. Okay, so we have Alexa Bliss, the SmackDown Women's Champion, versus all female comers from the SmackDown roster. Most notable, Naomi made her big comeback on SmackDown this Tuesday. So that's who I'm going to go with right off the bat. I'm not even going to mention the other girls' names, the other women's names, because it's going to be Naomi. All right, Alexa's going to feel the glow.
Naomi is very impressive. Love Naomi.
Yes.
And it's hard to bet against her.
All right, and then we have the Raw Tag Team title match, which is now a ladder match, triple threat ladder match. The Club, Gallows and Anderson versus Enzo and Big Cass, and Cesaro and Sheamus. Who you got?
I'm going to say the Bullet Club for the win. I hope they retain the titles.
Too sweet here.
Right. They've been playing hard, fighting hard for those titles. Sheamus and who's his partner?
Cesaro. Yes.
Yeah. So they can be easily broken up, go their separate ways. And Enzo, you'll be lucky if he lasts 10 seconds into the match before he gets knocked down with a concussion.
Golly. Well, that's who I'm actually going to go with, begrudgingly. I want the Club to win too, but I just think it's Enzo's and Big Cass's time. They're going to get a loud reaction from the crowd. They're going to be over, as they usually are, with their shtick, and I think they're going to get the big WrestleMania win. The big win, really, that's eluded them since they were called up last year at this time.
No, bro.
Okay. Next up, I know we're going to disagree on this one. Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm going with Baron Corbin. Up and coming. He was in the main event there. They're testing the waters. He did well. And what better way to get the belt off of Dean? They gave Baron Corbin a little bit of time on Talking Smack to talk. I don't know if you watched it. It was amazing. He, telling Dean Ambrose to go back to stapling dollar bills on his forehead when he came from all those gore promotions over there. So it was pretty good. So Baron Corbin, your new Intercontinental Champion.
This is by far the most boring match on the card. Two of the most boring personalities, the flattest characters that WWE has to offer. This one, I'll probably be getting up and going to the bathroom during this match. So when I come back, I'm hoping that there's a double disqualification and
Oh man! Hope you fall in the toilet while you're in there.
At the very least, then, if I have to choose a winner, I'll just go with Dean Ambrose.
Next match we have is the United States title. Chris Jericho, Y2J versus Kevin Owens. I am going to go outside of the box here and say that Chris Jericho retains the United States Championship, only to then lose it either the next night on Raw or the next pay-per-view to one Samoa Joe. But for WrestleMania, Chris Jericho remains.
I'm going to have to disagree with you. I think KO, he's on this real surge of hatred from the audience and from the crowd. Everything he's done is leading up to him just truly establishing himself as the next big heel.
He has to get KO from NXT, which I like.
Except he has Samoa Joe now. He's got Triple H backing him. I expect Samoa Joe to interfere in this match and just destroy Chris Jericho. This actually could end up in a disqualification, and it could just be the two of them just demolishing Chris Jericho, who has nothing to gain from this win.
Now we have the Raw Women's Championship, which is now a fatal four-way match. They've added Nia Jackson with Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, and your reigning Bayley, right? It's Bayley. Bayley's your champion. So I'm going to actually say Bayley will retain her belt in definitely in a match that's not in her favor, but she will retain the belt. Only for Sasha Banks to either turn on her that same night or the next night on Raw, which, if you can't see this coming, folks, wipe away with your blinders because it's coming. Sasha Banks is turning heel. She's going to hit that bank statement. She's going to those women are so flexible. It looks like she's breaking them in half when she does it, but she's going to do it. But WrestleMania 33, Bayley retains.
The betrayal is definitely coming. But I believe that the traitor will reveal herself to win the Women's Championship at WrestleMania. I don't think she can wait till the end. What's the point of that? It's the grandest stage, biggest stage. This is her moment. Everyone wants to win the title at WrestleMania. This is her opportunity. It's going to happen before that bell rings. 1, 2, 3. Sasha, I predict, will be the next Women's Champion on Raw.
That would be a shocker if she jumped her like right as they ring the bell. That would be a shock. All right, now, oh boy, here we go. John Cena and Nikki Bella versus Maryse and The Miz. I'm going to try to not talk about this all night long because I desperately want The Miz to win, and I can't believe that's coming out of my mouth. I can't believe I'm saying, and it's not only the fact that he's facing John Cena, but it's the fact that he's, for the last year, been doing the greatest work in his career, but some of the best work in WWE as a whole, rather. So, but I'm still going to go with John Cena and Nikki Bella. There's no way they're going to lose this match. And then afterwards, he's going to pop the question and tie the knot, right? My best Miz impersonation.
Oh my God! And if you've been keeping up with the Miz's videos and Maryse's, their spoofs, it's hilarious. That would be great. But I think Miz has the most to gain from a win here. John Cena has lately been.
So did the Nexus.
True, but a different John Cena now. He's willing to, let the guys build up their own resume now and use him as a step stool to move on to bigger things, especially if Miz moves to Raw, like people are talking about. That could be a great way for Miz to come into Raw as this dominant guy, established guy, Who else can say they've beaten John Cena? Immediately, especially immediately throw himself into contention for United States Championship, World Championship, you don't know. So I think Miz some way, somehow pulls out a win here, and it's probably going to be between Maryse pinning Nikki Bella.
I'm not even going to spend more than a few seconds on this. Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. AJ Styles is going to phenomenal forearm Shane McMahon into oblivion. And then he's going to pick him up for the Styles Clash, jump off the top of the arena there in Orlando, through the ring. All the dust settles. AJ's there in his signature pose, throws his hood on, walks out. You never see Shane McMahon again. He's done. He's gone. He's history. Bye. No more matches. No more stealing a spot from anybody. Go away.
I would rather watch Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin in an Iron Man flagpole match than even 15 seconds of this crap. AJ Styles, if he doesn't win, then I'm canceling my subscription. I'm never watching SmackDown again. I have what could be the possible point?
And look, everyone gets so ooh and ah over Shane. He jumps off stuff, people. He doesn't do anything.
Who out there is still impressed?
I'm not. When I was a teenager and he was falling off stuff and jumping off the moon, doing backflips into orbit, that was cool. But not anymore, man. You're too old. You got your kids there. They don't want to see you get killed in the ring. Just stop, man.
Right. Let's just move on.
All right. So we're both in agreement there. Phenomenal one wins. Triple H, Seth Rollins, non-sanctioned match. One that's been building now for about a year or so. Triple H's history makes this one tough to call, which is either intentional or unintentional, however you look at it. But Seth freaking Rollins is going to win. And he's going to win using the pedigree. I hope he pedigrees him onto the sledgehammer, onto Stephanie. The ring breaks, right? Shane's under there. They roll Stephanie's dead body down there, right? And he gets the pinfall on top of all of the McMahons and the sledgehammer. 1, 2, 3. It's over. The Authority is dead and gone forever and ever. No more.
Never bet against the game, my friend.
Oh, God.
Never bet against the game. When that sledgehammer comes out, you actually think Triple H is going to play by anyone's rules here? You really think that there's going to be a match here? I guarantee you, as soon as Triple H comes out and as soon as Seth Rollins starts getting it up, any kind of upper hand, Samoa Joe to the ring, Stephanie McMahon with the high heel shoe, so anything and everything that Triple H can think of is going to happen to just bury and destroy Seth Rollins and put him out for another 6 months. Triple H he's my prediction. Don't ever bet against the game. His house, his rules.
Oh, well, speaking of his house, next up is Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. Or should I say, this is my yard versus the graveyard, right? So Roman Reigns versus Undertaker. Here's Roman's going to win. Yeah, Roman's going to win. I would like to see what I want to see is Undertaker win and Roman just beat the piss out of him. Mm-hmm. Beat him into dust. Mm-hmm. Put him in the urn. Get booed out of the building like he's going to be anyway.
Right.
And that is our finally Roman Reigns heel turn.
About time. Yeah. That's what I expect to happen. So I think that's the only way. That's the only logical way. If the WWE writers have any sort of thought of Reigns for Roman Reigns' future, he gains nothing from a clean win except being hated even more. If he beats The Undertaker and continues to try to be a babyface, everyone's going to riot. There's no way. Yeah. Best case scenario, Undertaker wins, Roman Reigns snaps, and we have the heel we've been waiting for this whole time. I'm going to predict The Undertaker.
It only makes sense. All right. WWE Championship, Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. What do you got?
I'm going to say Bray Wyatt on this one because he's new to the championship. People have been waiting a long time for him to be the world champ here or WWE champ. So I don't see what Randy Orton gains by being a freaking 40-time world champ. I don't see what he gets from beating Bray Wyatt here. I think it'll be a pretty good match, but if they want to really establish a true heel champ here, they got to have maybe a Wyatt family reunion. Maybe Eric Rowan shows up. Maybe Luke Harper rejoins, and we have the Wyatt family in control leading into next week's SmackDown by a clean or even dirty win. Some way, somehow, Bray Wyatt slithers out of this. What say you?
I'm going to agree with you. Randy Orton does nothing for me. His 27th title reign will do nothing for me. Yeah. Bray Wyatt. All right. The Universal Championship. Goldberg, Lesnar. I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar simply because at some point he has got to look strong again, especially against Goldberg. And this match is going to go about 5 minutes, I think. It may be similar to the Survivor Series match, except this time Lesnar kicks out. Goldberg is gassed at this point because he hasn't done more than someone added it up. He's been in the ring less than like 5 minutes since he's been back. So, yeah. So, Brock Lesnar for the win.
Okay. So I'm going to predict Brock Lesnar wins, but here's what should happen. Goldberg should dominate like he's always proven that he can, and be allowed to retire the next day on Raw with that title. Because how often does that happen? How special would that be? It'd be a great send-off. Now you have a vacated Universal Championship, which opens up the door to a bunch of superstars to really just showcase their talents and go for that. And you could build some pretty good storylines and feuds from a tournament leading into the next pay-per-view. Do the writers have enough creativity to actually play with that and do something with that? I don't think so. So I think we end up with a very predictable Brock Lesnar win.
All right, so there you have it, folks. This is our predictions for WrestleMania 33, again, which airs live this Sunday from Orlando, Florida on the WWE Network. Again, my name is Kurt.
And I'm Joe.
And this is the Same Differences podcast. Please, if you like our video, give us a thumbs up. Let us know what you think down in the comments. And we'd always appreciate a subscribe. Click on that button. Peace. Thanks for watching. Good night.